Yo, 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 what's happening, people? Okay, we are live right now, live from the village right now. It is 8:31 in the PM right now. It is the 26th of September 2022 right now. We're about to do Movie Night right now. Watching Snitch, starring Dwayne Johnson right now, Barry Pepper right now, John Bernthal right now. Wagwan, people, wagwan. Alright, so it is Snitch for Movie Night. It is on Netflix. If you have Netflix, or if you got it on DVD or Blu-ray, or if you got it on VHS, if you got it on some other streaming service, get it ready on Zero, and I'll let you know when to press play. If you don't have it, still cool, still cool. Still come along and have some fun. Let me switch over to this screen. All right, here we go. So, it is Monday, the 26th of September. How is everybody doing today on this fine and dandy evening? Yeah, so moving out today. We'll start the movie in a little while. Just get it ready on Zero on whichever platform you may have it on. But before we do that, yeah, just chat for a little bit, man. Let's just chat for a little bit. So, what happened this day? So I got a vac station today. I got a autumnal, is that right? Autumn booster. Let me just say that. Let me just say autumn booster. That's what I'm trying to say. So got the autumn booster. Got the jab on my arm. Let me rub my sleeve a little bit. It's still got the plaster on. There you go. There you go. So let me just move that out of the way. Looking a bit dirty right there. It's the tissue I used to clean up my flowers. Yo, what up, Jakes? Mr. Jacob in his house. How's you doing, man? How's you doing? I was just saying that, yeah, I got the autumn booster today. I wouldn't say the only reason I got it was because of the trip coming up, but I did feel like, you know what? That's a pretty big reason, because I don't know if I needed it, but I figured if I get it, it's at least one less thing to worry about then, because the last time was like months and months, maybe a year ago actually at this point. But my day's been okay. So I had to sort out some loyalty point stuff because I had issues with the Nexa card. I didn't realize I had 2 Nexa card numbers. Yo, what up, Evans? AE in the place to be, Wagwan. Oh, in fact, yeah, Alan Evans. Alan Evans watched Central C today. Oh, was it today? We uploaded it today. Alan Evans watched Central C, that Central C video, that the freestyle video. So from that here on out, Alan Evans has to talk like he's from the ends. What you watch that Central C video, the man explained like slang and everything else. So from here on out, Alan Evans has to talk like he's from ends. that's what needs to happen now. My day's been okay. That's good to hear, man. Good to hear. But yeah, I just saw that because I didn't realize I had 2 cards, and apparently one of them was, I guess, discontinued, and then the other one wasn't. So I just been kind of collecting stuff, thinking it was okay, and it seemed like it was okay, but apparently it wasn't. But it's all sorted now anyway. I had to transfer some stuff over. Yo, what up, Brex? Brex Bivin, a place to bivy. But yeah. What else happened today? That's pretty much it. Oh no, well, did some editing. So I'm still working on the Scream video. Why Scream is trash. I'm maybe about a little over halfway through the video editing part of it. So hopefully, by maybe the end of the week or maybe next week, that video will be ready. But I'm gonna have to record some audio bits again, because as I'm going through it and I'm listening to it, it's kind of like, I'm not sure that sounds quite right, or maybe I said something that wasn't quite accurate and I need to correct myself. So a few things I'm gonna have to record again. But yeah, I think most of the editing is done. But yeah, just getting through that, and hopefully I can do that by the end of the week-ish and have it up by maybe either end of the week or next week and see how that goes. Haze, have you watched the Jeffrey Dahmer series on Netflix? I have not. I have heard some controversy about that particular series, though. Apparently, I guess it's popular. I guess a lot of people have watched it, but apparently the families, or one of the families of the victims, of Jeffrey Dahmer's victims, expressed that they don't like the fact that Netflix put that show up. And it seems to have caused some kind of some controversy about, you know, sort of shows on serial killers. And I've seen a few different opinions about it. One that stood out to me was this idea that people watch serial killer documentaries because they get off on other people's trauma. And I mean, look, I'm sure there are people like that who exist in the world, but I doubt that's the majority of people who watch serial killer documentaries. I mean, I've watched a few in my day. I wouldn't say I'm a fan specifically, but yeah, I've watched a few. You know, I might watch this Jeffrey Dahmer one if it doesn't get taken down. But yeah, I doubt that's majority of people who watch those things. I mean, for one thing, they could provide an insight into how people think. You know, I think there's a lot of uncomfortable truths that can come out in those types of documentaries when it comes to how we treat people or how we understand people. You know, there was one about what's his name? I forget his name right now, but they made a movie with Zac Efron. But there was one about that guy, and it kind of showed one of the things that a lot of people don't really like to talk about, was the fact that we often assign guilt to people who don't look a particular way, pleasing to the eye, and we assign innocence to people who are, you know, good looking. And this guy was, you know, was a good looking, charming guy, right? And a lot of how he got away or with so many murders, or managed to commit so many murders, is because he had that kind of good looking, trusting face that we kind of plaster over all over TV and movies and things like that to show like goodness and innocence. And the truth is that, I mean, we get robbed by the people in the suits more than we get robbed by the guy in a tracksuit. You know what I mean? Like by the guy in a hoodie. So I feel like those documentaries, I mean, I can't speak for Jeffrey Dahmer because I haven't seen it, but I feel like a lot of those documentaries, whether they do it deliberately or it's just kind of part of the process, but I feel like they do sometimes expose uncomfortable truths. So in terms of people watching them, I feel like, yeah, there is definitely valid reasons to watch those types of shows. So this kind of idea going around that I've seen about people only watch them because they just get off on other people's trauma, I don't think that's true. At least not for the majority. Like I said, I'm sure there's people like that, but I doubt that's the majority. I think people watch them, at least most people probably watch them. And granted, it's not like I've done any kind of research in the matter, so it's not like I'm some kind of expert or whatever, but at least in my kind of empirical view of the world, I feel like a lot of people watch those things because they could tell us things about ourselves that we might not have realized, or, you know, maybe find difficult to confront. Like when you see certain things that people do and you kind of think of your own self like, okay, that's very close to how I've done things or how I see things. And it doesn't necessarily mean, of course, that, oh, that must mean I'm a serial killer, but it can give you kind of something to think about as to why you might do certain things or what it might mean in terms of dealing with your own kind of past trauma and things like that. So yeah, I do believe there are plenty of valid reasons to watch those shows, but I have not watched that particular show just yet. I don't know if it's even still on Netflix. Let me just double check that real quick, if it's still on Netflix. Because I did hear they might take it down. There's a possibility it could get taken down. No, it's still on right now. In fact, there's a few Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh no, it's Jeffrey SB, my bad. So yeah, it's 10 episodes. But it's not a documentary, is it? Was it a documentary? Because I thought it was like a dramatization of the Jeffrey Dahmer events. But what does it say down here? Social issues, drama programs. I think this one is actually a dramatization of it. But I don't know, maybe it has documentary style elements to it or something. Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. I made the video a while ago, only just got around to uploading the video. I see. Yeah, it's a really interesting show. Okay, I just added that to my watch later list. Maybe try and get to that after I've got through Wink's Actually, there is another Jeffrey Dahmer thing on here. It's about tapes. A conversation with a serial killer. Oh wait, that's not even on yet. That's coming soon. That's coming on the 7th of October, so that's not on yet. Zach did the part of Ted. Yeah, Ted Bundy. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah. Zac Efron. Yeah, he played Ted Bundy. James Hetfield from Metallica is in that as well. By the way, I don't know if you spotted him, if you watched it, but yeah, James Hetfield from Metallica is in there. He plays a cop. He actually plays a cop that arrests Ted Bundy. So big up James Hetfield. He solved the mystery. He solved the crime. Checked out Stormzy new videos. Oh, that is yeah. Listen, guys, if you have not checked out Stormzy's new video, it's called Mel Made Me Do It. It is epic. It's about 10 minutes long, and it is worth every second of that. Like, check out Stormzy's Mel Made Me Do It. That video is worth watching a good few times. Like, I think I've watched it like 3-4 times already, you know, but that is, yeah. That is epic. That is epic. Big up man like Stormzy. What did you think of it, Al? I think Dahmer is the most interesting serial killer to me. The most interesting serial killer? Okay, so you rank serial killers by interest. Interesting. Man's like, he's my most interesting serial killer. Nah, I'm only playing. I'm only playing. I think it might be a bit suspect if you said something like he's my favorite serial killer. That might be a little bit suspect, but yeah, and I get it. Sometimes people are interesting. Even bad people could be interesting, you know. So why? In fact, bad people could be very interesting at times. So why are they serial killers? What did the cornflakes ever do to anybody? It's interesting how he only targeted gay black men. Okay, I did not know that. So I actually don't know much about Jeffrey Dahmer. One of his victims was an Asian male. I was very interview. Yo, Sam B, and a place to be. We are watching Snitch. About to start moving a little bit. If you haven't already, get it ready on Zilch. Almost rhymed. Almost rhymed. So close, man. So close. Thought it was really great. Yeah. Did you spot? I mean, there's a lot of people in that video, but one in particular that was maybe less obvious was the voice at the end. Well, towards the end, not right at the end, but towards the end, there's a voice reciting a poem. That voice is Michaela Cole, and if you don't know Michaela Cole, you better get to know Michaela Cole. But Michaela Cole did a TV show called, what was it called again? I May Destroy You. I think it might be still on iPlayer, actually. Let me see here. I May Destroy You. Yeah, it's on iPlayer. You could get it on BBC iPlayer. But yeah, that is... It's a hard watch. Like, it's a very difficult show to watch, but it's in my opinion, a must watch. It's very, very hard hitting. It pulls no punches. It goes very deep into the subject of rape and sexual assault. And yeah, so if you don't know about Michaela Cole, you better get to know about Michaela Cole. She's a phenomenal young actress. Well, I say yeah, she's still young. She's still young, younger than me anyway. But yeah, that's a show to watch. If you haven't seen it, it's on BBC iPlayer. I May Destroy You. It's not very long, so you could definitely get through it relatively quickly. But yeah, that That's a recommendation of today. I May Destroy You by Michaela Cole. She wrote it and I think produced it as well, and stars in it. That's that shit that white folks are fascinated to buy, but folks don't fuck with that. Over here, shake my head, hell no. I don't know, Brax, I don't know. I mean, I don't know about America, but I think over here, plenty of people of any kind of ethnicity be watching those shows. So that might be a difference between British and American culture. I think people over here, regardless of ethnicity, watch those sort of serial killer shows. I mean, I don't know if there's a bigger demographic of one or the other. I don't research these things, but yeah, I feel like a lot of types of people watch those shows. So that might be one of the differences between Brits and Americans. Slow down, I fell asleep, so I'll start again. He's not my fave. He is not fascinating. What's up now, Jacob? That Dahmer show seems like a slow burner. Boom. I don't know if you meant that as a joke, but I'm just gonna take it like that. We're talking very serious. Going with Ted Bundy, his kill count was higher. He wasn't playing around there. I said it, and I'm on the project. Oh, see, some suspects right now. Favorite, you know, favorites, right? Raw. Okay. If Ted Bundy had a concert, Sam would be front and center. Better be careful with those dudes, though. With those good-looking boys, you know. I'm just saying. It's always the good-looking boys you gotta watch out for. So about around 4th grade, I saw some videos about him 8 years ago. So I already had my time seeing that I should find some of this video where it cuts to a TV show and there's Jonathan Ross in it. I was like, what the hell is he doing there? I mean, I think him and Stormzy are pretty. Well, I don't know if they're like best buddies, whatever. But yeah, I mean, I think they're pretty close as far as. I mean, they seem like they're yeah, like that. I mean, I wouldn't know. But yeah, I mean, it's got Jonathan Ross, who's a guy, Louis Theroux, Dina Asher, I forget her last name, but she's a athlete. Dave is in it. Heady One, Little Sims, mate, Usain Bolt. Was it Usain Bolt? But yeah, him. Jose Marino. Yeah, there's a lot of people in that video. That man pulled in names. Apparently Wretch32 wrote the poem that Michaela Cole reads out. So yeah, the man pulled in names for that. Who else? Soul to Soul's in it. Gabrielle. Yeah, a lot of people. Like, he pulled in names. Dude pulled in some names for that video. But yeah, it's an epic video. Epic video. Called Jacob. Apart from, I can't complain. Overhead, Black might watch some of it, but as for fascination or deep interest, wanted to work with that. Shake my head, shake my damn head. I said once on FB, I'll be one of his choker girls. I was kidding, obviously. People didn't find it funny. You might want to be careful you tell that joke. But yeah, get well soon, Sam. Get well soon, everybody. Actually, I hope we're all doing well. I hope we're all doing well, and we'll get well. All right, I'm gonna try and start this movie because this one is a little bit longer than normal. It's at hour 52, so for the sake of not being here for too long, let me get this ready myself. So yeah, if you haven't already, it is time to get it ready on 0. I'm gonna switch over to this screen, and we're gonna go 3, 2, 1, play. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1, play. This is Snitch starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I don't know anyone who is for the color at the moment, Jacob. I don't care if people don't get my humor. Ain't my problem. It ain't my bitch. I guess I mean it's that kind of that time of the year where cold symptoms start coming up a bit more than usual. Cold and flu symptoms. Time to drink more water, eat oranges. Make sure you get your immune system boosted as much as possible. Yeah, we're moving to fall and the weather's getting colder. I can't lie, it's affecting my mood. Feeling the fall blues. Is that every year, Jakes? I mean, if that's too personal a question, it's fine if you don't want to answer it. But if you don't mind answering, then yeah. Snitches get stitches. Every year. Sorry, man. It's tough. That says Skyping, you know. Who still Skypes? Does anybody still use that? Skype, I felt like was a missed opportunity. Like that's something that should have been a lot big. I mean, don't get me wrong. I guess it was popular. It was really popular at one time. But as like the world moves more and more into like Zoom and video calls and FaceTime and things like that, Skype was already in a position to like really take advantage of that, and for whatever reason they just didn't. So I don't know what happened to Skype, but they were in a prime position to be like the #1 video calling platform. I don't know where they rank, but I'm pretty sure it's not at the top. But the infrastructure was already there. The name was there. But yeah, you don't hear people talking more about Zoom and Apple FaceTime. Never used Skype. Skype was really popular, actually. I used it a bunch of times back in the day, but these days it's kind of like, I mean, WhatsApp you could do video calls on, and that's a much more convenient platform than Skype. Rock's got to go move some figures. It's John Bernthal, the Punisher. John Bernthal, the Punisher. The thing about The Rock, he's such a big dude. It's not that you can't have a dude that big working like in an office or whatever, but it's kind of like a lot of times it's like, you know, come on, really? Really? Let's get to know. No, I'm not alone. Not the only one who experiences the blues around this time of year. I Skype, don't know if I still have that shit. Yeah, you probably still do. Yeah, I mean, I think there are guess I can't really save, but I imagine. I mean, I know weather definitely can affect mood. It could affect how you feel, especially like things like changing temperature, certain times of the year, especially if they're around certain events. You know. Man, this guy's got himself into some trouble. They were on him though. They should have had they should have had the house surrounded. They were tracking that package clearly. They should have had that house surrounded. They knew where it was going. They must have known where it's going. When I was in a long-distance relationship, Skype was essential. Yeah, Skype was a big deal back in the day. Like, I don't know if it was the first, but it was certainly amongst the first widely used video calling platforms. Like, I don't think they were the first, but it was almost the first widely used ones. So it's like, how did they go from that? And now, like, pandemic hits and, like, everybody's video calling and nobody's talking about Skype anymore. Like, what's going on? What happened to Skype, man? Automatically comes with Duo. Duo, that's the Google one, isn't it? Yeah, they don't even call it Duo no more. I think they changed the name, or they incorporated it into like Google Meets. I use Google Meets. That's what I use. Or sometimes it might be via WhatsApp, because again, it's just convenient. It's just right there. This guy comes and asks for his son back. Give him his son back. Like, that's what happened. Raw, she don't care. Man don't care, you know, just like take a seat. Yeah, I get in my depressive states because it isn't fun. Sorry, guys. When I was younger, I suffered really bad with depression. My mother learned coping techniques, so that's good. I use WhatsApp and Zoom nowadays, yeah. Yeah. Zoom is probably the more popular one. Well, I guess it depends. I think Zoom's probably more popular for like meeting type video calls, whereas WhatsApp's probably more popular for just on the fly video calls. Well, between that and FaceTime. Hey, that's David Harbour. Uh-huh. They don't know their son as well as they think they do, huh? That's how it goes. Stuff to cope with my anxiety, not that it always works, but under the pressure side of it, I just make sure I'm around the kids a lot and draw my strength from them. Yeah, that's good. You're able to keep finding something. No matter what, you keep finding something. True, Sam. Kids can definitely match your mood when you're feeling down. I'm just saying, looking at this kid, looking at The Rock, and then looking at The Rock's wife or ex-wife. I'm not sure The Rock is the dad. Just saying. Social anxiety is just as bad. Yeah. It's like, sometimes just like going out and just like dealing with people. Energy. So here's a question for you guys. If you were facing 10 years in prison on a drug charge, and they tell you that and if you snitched on your partners, they can reduce your sentence or maybe even get no jail time at all. Or you can keep your mouth shut, do your 10 years, and, you know, keep your street cred or whatever. Are you snitching? Or are you keeping quiet? Because I tell you right now, I am snitching. That was me, I'm snitching. Oh, Jacob's not ratting. Okay, okay. All right, let's see. Let's do a poll real quick. We only got a couple of answers, but still, we do a poll. All right, just had to there we go. There's a poll. We'll check the results in a little while. To Johnny Cochran. Ain't he dead though? Jesus is random. The Rock trying to sweet talk Susan Sarandon. That's not happening. Yeah, Johnny Cochran, he defended, I think, Michael Jackson and some other high-profile people. Was it OJ? But he dared though, so you can't hire Johnny Cochran. He ain't around no mo. Yeah, got to Jacob the mind can go some dark places. Oof, indeed it can. Yeah, where's my attorney if you're still living? Yeah, you can't hire that guy. You can't even hire was it Kim Kardashian's dad? Or was it Rob Kardashian? Can't even hire him either. My fine, keep him busy is the best antidepressant I found. Finding things to do, finding reasons to stay motivated. Movement, yeah. Someone, but that same person do the same to protect you. They might not, but it's not really about that. It's like, because then you may never find out. So it's like, do you do it? Do you stay quiet? Or you tell it on everybody? I can't believe Johnny kept out of prison. But if the gloves don't fit, you must have quit. Something like that, was it? Gee, 10 years for these nuts. Company fucked up. They like being an independent so much, they need to take their asses there. So does that mean you snitching them, Brex? I don't know, man. Trusting people who say trust me. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. But it is The Rock, though, so. He just needs to tell people that The Rock's his dad. No, they'll leave him alone. Max said, "You a new fool." Oh, yeah, I remember that. Hey, the legend Bernie Mac. What was it? I can't move myself if I snitched, which is why I will never put myself in that position. But that's the thing, isn't it? Don't be in that situation to begin with. Don't be Takeshi 6ix9ine out here. You know what I mean? Just don't be involved with that kind of stuff. You don't need to be involved. You don't get involved. I swear every movie The Rock is in, not every movie The Rock is in, but anytime The Rock has children in a movie, I swear at least one of them is always a girl, a daughter. Like he either has only daughters in his movies, or like in this movie, he's got a son and a daughter. Like I don't think I've ever seen a movie with The Rock where he just played a father of a son and no daughters. There's always a daughter. It's not a bad thing. That's just an observation. And I don't know. Maybe that's normal for actors to do that sort of thing. And I'm just noticing it with The Rock. I don't know. I don't know. But something I've noticed. At least I think I've noticed. I don't think I've seen a movie with The Rock where he's a father of just a son with, and, you know, no girls. I know in real life he's got all girls. I know that. But I'm saying in his movies, it seems to reflect that part of his actual life as well. What's The Rock doing now? Just turn up in some crack corner. Oh. Come on, The Rock's not getting beaten up by these guys. Come on now. Where's the rock bottom? I find when people say trust me, that usually means you can't trust them. Exactly. Especially like when you watch any movie, the moment somebody says trust me, matter of fact, probably in real life too, but the moment you ever hear someone says trust me, I wouldn't say you can never ever trust them. I think that's probably a bit of a stretch. But even still, it's a massive red flag. It's always like, 6ix9ine, right? Yeah, and he did not need to be there. Tell him, Susan. Yeah, fuck all that, cause nigga, it ain't no just. It's we all gotta try our mofo. And trying to act my age, and they shit got me acting my damn kind of hell. Hey, you just gotta be yourself, man. Just gotta be yourself. Nothing more, nothing less. John Berthel, the Punisher, was convicted of distributing narcotics. Justice earned. Not given. This waits 5 minutes. Hey, I'm the boss. Yeah, the boss, not the bus. But the thing about that, though, is that yeah, people could earn trust. It's just sometimes people could also be manipulative. So it's tough out there, man. What is this guy doing, man? You gonna get somebody killed out here, yeah, Egypt. Yeah, it's bring him in a nigga. Hey, you know what though? What's that saying? You can take the man at the ghetto, you can't take the ghetto out the man. Yeah, yeah. There's certain situations where you have to let man knows from ends, innit? You know what I mean? In certain situations, you have to let man know. Back. Missed the game out. Sam had to check on her man. It's all good. Hopefully Mr. Sam is doing okay. Plus those ninjas ain't my ninjas. They someone else's. My niggas. Some niggas I don't wanna try. My niggas. He was big time back in the day. Okay. He's good. Work stuff getting to him. Oh, right, because they're like the strikes. And yeah. Oh, that's tough, man. tough home life. Yeah, that's right. I can end the week. Yeah. I think the thing with strikes is that people complain about the disruption, but that's, you know, that's kind of the point. You know, the fact that when a service is not there, how many people need that service? You know, like they all say, you don't know what you have until it's gone. It's kind of like that. In fact, is that, I mean, I get it, it sucks, but if things aren't right, things aren't fair, and you need to cause a little disruption to rectify that. I mean, fact is, it shouldn't even have to come to strikes. They should be able to say, hey, this is what's going on, this is what we need, and it should just be done. The fact that you kind of have to strike just to get your point across is more to do with a problem with how our sort of system works in general. So it shouldn't have to come to that. But it's like if you don't, then things continue to be unfair. People continue to get taken advantage of. Folks told me growing up, you already have enough sense to get into some shit. If you let's go to jail, ain't coming to get you. Wanna be there, then stay your ass there, period. Tough love, huh? Ugh. Punisher's gonna help out The Rock. Oh, that's about it. I have his back. Yep. But yes, I mean, I know the situation, but yeah, it's tough out there, man. It be tough out there. Hard out there for a pimp. We ain't trying to get this money for this rent. It's overpay. Hey, Michael Kenneth at Kenneth Mike. Oh, I'm forgetting this guy's name. Kenneth Michael Williams. Starlight over there is getting fucked up. Yo, what you talking about? Their pounds? I think the pound's doing okay as far as I know, but I ain't following financial news too closely, so maybe. Drove on £13 and now Sage Coca saying no, even though they made 24 million profit and have offered neighbouring cities more. £13 now. £13 now seems reasonable, or isn't it? Right? Is he gonna do it? Oh, yeah, £pounds. It went down some numbers. Okay. Yeah, I ain't referring to financial news too closely. All I know is everything's going up. Gas, electric, food. Oh, this guy just want to get. Oh, I can understand that. I can understand that. You think so? But Sage could have done. Last pay rise they got. Didn't notice it due to the inflation. In fact, he had £10 less a week. Oh, that's tough, man. Get a pay rise and then you end up with less money still. Oof. Hey, man. I forgot this guy's name, but he was in he was in Oz. He was in Lost. In a few episodes of Sons of Anarchy. He was in The Matrix, the last two movies. Harold Perrineau, that's it. I was like, so the inflation is starting to sneak up on y'all Brits too. Yeah, I think that's starting to sneak up on everybody. Not even sneaking. Somebody called them snowflakes for striking. I told them to shut their F up. They're pitching on socials. It's snowflake. Yeah, should be going up against the big businesses. I think a lot of people use a lot of words, you know, kind of buzzwords or whatever, and a lot of times I don't think people know what they mean. You know, I mean, I think you posted something similar on the IG, but yeah, it's like a lot of times people they say stuff. I mean, like I said, I get it. It's frustrating. You know, it disrupts your service. It disrupts your day. I get that. I'm not even trying to say like you should just be happy about it, because it is a disruption to how you try to live your life and go about your day. But yeah, like everybody should be able to have a living wage. We ain't talking about like making people into millionaires or whatever. So, but everybody should be able to get paid a decent living wage, no matter what job you do. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a cleaner, a bus driver, an accountant. Everybody should be earning a decent enough wage to, you know, pay your bills and have some money left over. And the unfortunate truth is that that doesn't happen in a lot of places. And it's like people who work in offices, like sort of insurance type jobs and things like that. But it's getting serious. But yeah, it's like people who work in like offices, like, you know, corporate type jobs. You know, if they don't like their pay, they don't like their work conditions, you know, they can leave. Like, but if you're working in something like, let's say a bus driver or nursing or, you know, things like that, you can't just leave. I mean, think about if everybody just left. If everybody was a bus driver, like, oh, I don't like the pay, I'm going to leave. What happens? That's probably a lot worse than going on strike, because now you don't have anybody. You have nobody. Like, if you all just up and left, you have nobody. And then that, how much does that disrupt everybody's day and what they need to do? Fact is, if you leave a corporate job, you get replaced easy. You probably replaced before you step foot out the door in the corporate world. It's not like that in other fields. But when it comes to just earning a decent wage, like nurses struggle, bus drivers struggle, lots of people struggle just to earn a decent amount of money. And it's not even like you got to earn as much as some investment banker. It's just, look, you're just trying to earn a decent amount of money to go about to live your life. Everybody should be able to do that, no matter what type of work you do. But people who work corporate jobs don't understand that, because they go on strike, they don't have a job. Like, that you get fired and nobody cares because you're replaced. And nobody's going to care. But the amount we rely on certain services like bus, nursing, waste collection, the amount we rely on that, it's not reflected in what they earn. Like, people don't notice the rubbish collectors until they go on strike. And then it's like, oh, you know, I've been to piling up. Oh. But when they're coming every week and collecting, nobody notices, nobody cares. But they're saying, hey, look, we do all this and we're not earning that much, and we want a decent pay as well. You might hear that, oh, if they don't like it, just quit. Okay, well, what happens if they all quit? Then what? Then what? You work a corporate job, you quit, nobody cares. Because bottom line is, your job's not that important. But you work in the services that people actually depend on. That matters. So yeah, just to earn a decent wage, it's not a big ask. This is getting hard to these days. Unless you have decent pay and making money on social apps or both. So I mess us up, like getting the kids to school, but I still support it because I know how hard he works. Teens in high school, minimum wage is okay. Well, as for grown people, they need living wages. Exactly. We have minimum wage laws in the UK. I'm not sure where they are right now. I think about £8 or £9 an hour or something like that. I can't really, I'm not sure. It might be more. But we do have minimum wage laws. And depending on your situation, minimum wage is either going to be like literally just scraping by, or really just not enough. Where's minimum wage in the UK? Let me see if I can find out real quick. $9.50 an hour. See, not even a tenner. See how the public treat the drivers. They are so entitled. They don't see the drivers as less than human. We shouldn't need food banks in this day and age. Yeah, more and more people have to rely on them. They right. I'm 50 now. That's ridiculously low. Yeah, not even a tenner an hour, and that's the minimum in the UK. If you earn, let's say you earn £10 an hour, and you work full time. That's say 40 hours a week. Minus breaks, that's 35. So you earn about £350 a week on £10 an hour. And from that 350, and by the way, that's not even I'm not even including tax yet, by the way. I'm not even including tax yet, but let's say you get your 350 a week. From that 350, you gotta pay for food. Oh, this went south real quick. You gotta pay electricity. You gotta pay gas, water. You gotta pay your rent or mortgage. Council tax, maybe, depending on the deal of your the circle of the rent. You might have to pay council tax as well. Now, if you live with somebody who's not necessarily a high earner, but let's say you're living with somebody who earns, I don't know, £20 an hour or something like that, then maybe you're okay. But if you're not, then you are struggling, because that's not just you. Like, if you're on your own, maybe you can scrape by. Like, £10 an hour on your own, maybe you can just about scrape by. But £10 an hour and you're living with people, then yeah, that's you're struggling. You're struggling. There's 20. A minimum wage is $6.95. Yes, it's low when you're younger. And yeah, that's right. So yeah. If you're between 16 and 17, it's $4.81. It was a setup. Of course it was. But yeah. It's hard out there, man. That's why some people turn to selling drugs, like this guy in this movie. So far, 67% of you said you're snitching. 33% said you keep quiet. Oh, you called from the landline. That was a bad move. That's a bad move right there. You called from the landline. That's how you get caught. If he gets this guy caught, though, he should have been honest with this guy from the jump. This guy's helping out. Oh, it's their warehouse. Oh, cool. Should have been honest with this guy from the jump, man. I mean, I get why he's doing it, but bruh, tell the Punisher the truth. The place she works at. Don't give the staff more hours to earn more. They cut their hours back to hire younger ones to pay them less. I told her she needs to get out there. Man, that's so bad, man. But yeah, people will do that. Some businesses will do that. They will hire just young people, like the 16, 17-year-olds. And they won't fire the older staff, but they will give them every reason to quit. So they can keep younger staff coming in so they can just pay them as little as possible. And especially when it's like 16, 17-year-olds in their first job, it's like they'll just take it. Because it's like whatever, right? $350, yeah, it doesn't. And that's before tax, by the way. That's before tax. But even $350, even if he was earning $350 after tax, even if after tax was deducted, you had £350 a week, you're still struggling, bro. You're still struggling. Most of them quit, yeah. Them types of places know what they do, and they will make their job as unbearable as possible, and just let you quit. They won't fire you because like there's probably, it doesn't look good if they fire you, and also that they're gonna have an actual reason, otherwise they can get sued for unfair dismissal. So they won't fire you. They will just make it. They'll just make the job as unbearable as possible until most people just won't put up with it anymore and quit. Excuse me. How's it gonna go down though? But if he gets the Punisher killed, dragged him back into a life he wanted to leave, and if he gets him killed, oof. Quit also because they realize it's actually hard working in a restaurant. The Rock doing rock. Yo, what up down there? Yeah, I used to work in a restaurant, actually, years. Well, I say restaurant, it's really a roadside cafe. It wasn't like an actual restaurant. Well, loose definition anyway. Used to work in a kitchen, preparing food. Well, I used to work at McDonald's actually, so I guess I did actually work in an actual restaurant too. But yeah, they'll make them places, and people quit, and they don't care because they just employ more people. You know, there's always somebody looking for work, and there's always somebody willing to take the job. So they don't care who quits. They just keep taking on more people. I end up quitting my job not because of pay, but because of the supervisor kept treating me like shit. So I walked out. It's tough, man. But yeah, people just have no respect and then expect you to like put in your best work. They treat you like the absolute garbage and expect you to perform at your highest levels. Like, mad. As long as the food they serve is good, and it's all good. Yeah, don't piss off the waiter. You piss off the waiter, they might piss in your food. Quite a bit in tips. That's why she's hanging out a bit longer. Do they take her tips? Because some restaurants, they would take your tips. or make you split up amongst everybody. True. The angular ones that handle your food, exactly. Oh, Susan Sarandon. Bad gal in this. Let them both know what's up. They tip her on cards. She has to split it. If it's cash, she keeps it. Oh, okay. Man, this place is cheeky. Now, I just seen a message, actually. Apparently, the US dollar soars to new heights. Oh, he knows something's up. But yeah, nobody tips the kitchen staff though. I used to work in the kitchen when I was in that place. Nobody tips the kitchen staff. One lady gave a fake with tip cash and offered her a job. Ooh, did she take the job? Well, I guess she didn't. Maybe she should have. Well, it depends on what the job was, I suppose. How have you been, bro? I've been okay, dude. Man like Belgian Dan. I've been okay. Been okay. Oh, what's he gonna do though? If he talks to Malik gonna kill him as well. Don't talk to Malik, man. That's not the right move. My job was in dreams for you. The job was in recoupment. Recoupment? What's recoupment? Is that like where you get things back, or? Process or facts of recruitment of expenses, a keep paying back of all or parts of some sorts by plaintiffs of interest. Okay, like when people owe money and stuff, I guess, and you get the money back. No, I guess. I mean, according to what I'm reading here, it sounds like they it sounds like when people owe money and you have to get that money back, or they owe something and you have to get it back. So kind of like, I don't know, like a debt collector of some kind. You have to go around to people's houses, knock on the door saying, you know you owe Mr. Smith money. Now, Hurricane Ian is going to mess up most of Florida by tomorrow. Now, Hurricane Ian. Damn. If you're in Florida, be safe, man. That's our place in downtown area here. Corn fire was built in 1870. Oof. I said it wrong. Okay. Yeah, recruitment's a tough field. I was thinking of doing that myself at one time. Never did. I'm kind of glad I didn't. I don't think I would have lasted too long in recruitment. That's a tough field. Really, really hard sales environment. I mean, you can make a lot of money, but it's very, very stressful as well. So I guess it kind of is one of these things where maybe you do it for a little while, make your money, and just bounce. Hey, everybody answers to somebody. Yeah, it's the category 4 now. And I'm not over there in Louisiana. It's coming through here too. Yeah, be safe, man. Hurricanes everywhere. Damn. What business uses the services of a recruitment company to hire staff. Yeah, so for what I understand of recruitment is, yeah, just pretty much that. Like, you use a company who uses a recruitment firm to find staff. But as a recruitment agent, you are, going through CVs. You're constantly looking for people who are looking for work. Finding clients, but also you have to arrange. Also, you have to form relationships. With businesses. About who you are and who you can find for them. So you're constantly trying to find clients on the business end. You're constantly trying to find clients on the worker end, and then so it's what they call business to business sales. But yeah, if you can do it. Same with sort of estate agency sales as well. It's like, if you can do it, it's hard, but oh, he knows. he's in the big leagues now. Moved him up quick. Yeah, another historic place downtown. A black church that was also built in 1800s. It's going to be in the process of being made into a museum. He's got himself into certain, but he's in way over his head. Either way, it wasn't for her always. I don't want someone to see something you know for real. I think the worst job I've ever had was working in Primark as a teen. Primark, Primani. Oh, he's got himself into Saturn. The Rock. What have you done? Retail's unbearable. Yeah, it's hard. It's tough work, man. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. You're dismissed. This. They gonna get somebody killed, you know. Oh my days, what are you doing? Oof. She. I don't even like shopping at Primark. Yeah, it was Hurricane Katrina and Rita. One of the worst ones recorded from my state. Yeah, I think they're still recovering from some of those, right? Susie Rana's gone Pink Lady. Not Pink Lady. That was Stockard Channing. My bad. Travs all day. It's extremely trying. Primark seems to attract that ilk. Yeah, I don't mind Primark. They're alright. Well, in my experience. But yeah, I definitely avoid certain places during busy periods. Boy, they got the rock over a barrel, man. Damn. So trust me, you're not missing anything. The clothes are very bad quality. You know, the thing about Primark clothes, not even just Primark, but Primark and similar types of places. Yeah, they do make poor quality clothes, but I do find that if you know what you're going to be using it for, it's less of an issue. Like the clothes I've bought from Primark, I ain't trying to be like use them every day, and well, not like that anyway. You know what I mean? Like I feel like certain things like socks, you're pretty okay with. But yeah, if you're trying to buy like proper clothing, good quality, yeah, it's not the place for that. Cheap stuff to wear around the house, you're fine. Or to walk to the shops and whatever, you're fine. But if you're looking for actual clothing that you can wear, maybe not. So where's everyone's dream job? Games developer. Oh, nice one. Oh, my socks and PJs from Primark. There you go. Right, exactly. Certain things you can buy from them because it's not an issue, but proper clothing, nah. This is, you buy cheap, you buy twice. You know what I mean? It's like that. If you get a job with EA, can you get them to fix The Sims 4, please? Sims 4 is Brock. Well, apparently, I ain't played enough to know. Dream job. What is everybody's dream job? We got games developer. What else we got in the chat right now? What other dream jobs we got? What's he gonna do? Gonna hit him with a rock bottom. Dream job. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I mean I wouldn't call it a job, but I kind of like what I do now, in a sense of I like that I can find time to be expressive and creative, because that's what I like to do. That's like my sort of biggest passion, you know, just being creative and finding ways to stay being creative. And I wouldn't call it a job because it's not like I mean, not exactly making too much money off it, you know what I mean? But I like that I could find time to do it, and I could create a life where I'm able to do it. And it would be ideal if I can do that and not have to do anything else. But if that's not in my future, then I'm okay with like trying to find ways to stay sane whilst being able to do the things I enjoy doing. Sims was glitchy shit, so if you could get on that, I'd be hugely grateful. Or, Sam, just saying, maybe you can play an actual game. You know what I mean? Just an actual proper game instead of The Sims. Like maybe you can play something like, you know, God of War. Or, you know, like a real game, you know, not a pretend game. maybe that. Just saying, just putting it out there as an option. My dream job is to help parents with autistic kids. Yeah. So you guys picked things that help other people. I'm just picking things to be selfish. I love Sims and Candy Crush. Yeah, Sims is very popular amongst women, at least as far as I can tell. Like even women who don't, you know, play other games, they're not necessarily like gamers like that, but they'll be deep into The Sims. I've known plenty of gal who won't look at any video game of any kind, but The Sims, they're on it. They are on it. What's wrong with that, bro? Yes, sir. Can't lie though, I probably spent too much money on Candy Crush already. Was it Candy Crush? No, it was Clash of Clans, or maybe it was both of them. Anyway, gotta have a career that I can do while at home. What kind of career would that be, Brax? Or what would be your ideal career that you can do at home? Like, would you be selling or creating, or what's your ideal at home career? What does that look like? I spent way too much money on Sims to deal with all these glitches. You gotta spend like at least £2,000 before you get the glitch-free version. That's like it's a downloadable content. Glitch-free Sims. You gotta pay £2,000 for it, and you download the glitch-free version of it. That's how it's like EA get money out of you. Hey, wait a minute. I know this guy. That's oh, Benjamin. Benjamin something. Oh, I'm forgetting his name. Benjamin. Ah. Should wear a mask, dude. No, he's got 2 deaths on his hands now. Oh. Alright, well, 2 confirmed kills, maybe even a third. Oh. I don't play Candy Crush. I never did like it. Okay. Okay. Prophecy Brothers. I don't think I've even heard of that one. 8-ball pool. Chris. Yeah, Candy Crush is pretty cool. It's fun, but yeah, you just gotta be careful of oh oh shit. Words with Friends was cool. I used to play it a lot actually. People used to cheat on that game though. Well, I mean I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure people used to cheat on that game. Chris, I'll just play against them because no one else will play with me. I don't even know what Chris is. Y'all be talking about games I ain't even heard of. I don't play too many phone games though. There's a few that I got into, but like Temple Run was really good back in the day. Oh, that's a hard tumble. What's the other game we used to play though? Was it Something Gems? I can't remember what it's called. Something Gems? I used to play it quite a lot as well. One would be called creating graphic. Oh, okay, design. Yeah, I know what you mean. Computer science or something. Yeah. It's a word search game. Yeah, my mum plays one of those games. I don't know if it's that specifically, but she plays one of those word search games quite a lot. Okay, I'm thick as shit, but I'll still try. Oh. It's getting serious, man. Oh, what's going on? Is that a friend or foe? Who is that? Was that one? Was that the police guy? We got the option to play random people on that game. You are. Well, that's a conversation to be had. Yeah, though, because I love to draw anime particularly. Okay. Anime ridiculous still. I'm not that good though. Computer science because of advanced technology. And then I'm still not that smart. Well, that's for practice, isn't it? You just keep going till you get good, right? And then you keep going till you get better. I mean, to keep going till we just keep going. Games are so addictive. I've actually found myself spending money on them. Yeah, that's for sure. They're made to be that way, man. Them men know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Liverpool, I spend way too much money for a phone game. The thing is, you'd spend more money on a phone game than you would buying like a AAA game. Like a AAA game you might buy for like £50 brand new, yeah? But some of these phone games, you get them for free, you end up spending like £70, £80, £100, £200. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. The average sentence for a first-time non-violent drug offender convicted under federal amended minimum sentence laws is now longer than an average sentence for rape, child molestation. Raw. You get more time for a non-violent a first offender would get more time for a non-violent crime than somebody who convicted of rape or sexual. That is crazy. Well, that was Snitch. That was Snitch starring Dwayne Johnson. And you know what? I don't know about y'all, but I thought that was very, very good in terms of how the story was told, how it developed. The way you had these motivations of why he was doing it, and then how quickly it went from barely handling it to way over his head. And all the intensity throughout of, can he actually pull this off? Is somebody just going to kill him? Is he going to get people killed? Because it certainly looked that way. I will say that I felt like he should have been honest with Daniel right from the jump, but you know, I guess I kind of get why he wasn't. Daniel probably would have said no. He was honest from the jump. But yeah, no, I thought that was really good. And that was a very different movie to what I'm used to seeing that Rock in. Benjamin Bratt is what I was thinking of. That's the guy. But that's a very different film to what I've seen the Rock do. I guess that's not the only dramatic film he's done, but you definitely, well, I see him more in the action, you know, big stunts, that sort of thing. And this is much more down to earth. And yeah, I mean, the Rock's kind of hard to be believed as a construction worker owner. It's not impossible, I'm sure, but it's kind of like, really? But hey, I feel once you get past that, he did very well in terms of conveying the character. So yeah, I really like this film. I thought that was done really well. So big up to all the people involved with Snitch. That is yeah, quality film. If you didn't watch it, I would recommend watching it. If you haven't seen it, I would recommend watching it. If you have seen it, or if you watched it along, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of Snitch. Snitches get stitches. And all time playing phone games, and I do playing AAA games. It's crazy. Oh, I could believe that. I mean, these days I don't get a lot of time to game in general. So when I do game, it is mostly, to be honest, it's not even mostly AAA games. I guess I'm mostly playing indie stuff and maybe smaller or maybe older games. If I could, I very rarely play a brand new game anymore. Like, it's rare. I think the last time I bought a game and played it on release was probably, I think it was, what was it? Might be The Last of Us Part 2, actually. It's either The Last of Us Part 2 or Death Stranding. Whichever one came out later. But But yeah, it's just not something I do that much. It'd have to be a game that I know I want to play and I know I want to make time for if I'm going to buy it brand new, because to spend that amount of money on a game that I might not even like, which has happened plenty of times. I've bought games brand new, £50, played it for like a few hours and be like, yo, I'm done, I'm bored. Like Death Stranding, I know a lot of people love Death Stranding. I did not. I was bored of it. I think I played about 6-7 hours of it and I was bored. Everybody be like, oh, you gotta play it through, it gets good at the end. It's like, bro, I need this game to be good now. You know what I mean? I need this game to be good now. It's like, I can't be just coming back to this game being bored out of my mind on the chance that it gets good later after like 50 hours or whatever. It's like, no, this game needs to be good now. It needs to hold my interest now, not 20, 30, 40 hours from now. So yeah, I never completed Death Stranding. Maybe I'll try it again one day, maybe not, but I never completed that. I was just bored. But yeah, I think these days most games I play are older games or indie games. Though I did start playing Deathloop recently, because it's got released on Xbox Game Pass. So I started playing that. Just got to like the 2nd or 3rd level. So still fresh on that still. I got a Steam Deck. Oh, nice. And I play phone games at work more than I use the Steam Deck. How's the Steam Deck working out though? Because I feel like I'm gonna get one of those. I don't know how much use I'm gonna have for it, but I feel like I want one anyway. I enjoyed it. Oh, awesome. It's funny, I don't seem to find the time to play Sims much, but I can always find time to play a phone game. It really do be like that, because the phone you got with you all the time. I think it's part of it as well, because you have your phone with you all the time. It feels like you don't have to spend a lot of time on it, but before you know it, you spent loads of time on it. That's a crazy concept. I felt like Amazon delivery. Right, exactly. Just delivering packages is like, bruh. And look, I'm sure it does get really great later on, as people seem to say it does. But for me, I was just like, you know what? I need this game to be good now. It is just not holding my interest now. 6-7 hours into the game, and it is not holding my interest. I'm bored. Doing Uber Eats deliveries. Like, what's going on? I can do this in real life and actually get paid. And just a park warp off. 1 and 2 for the PlayStation 1 and PS2. But yeah, Snitch. I like Snitch. Sam likes Snitch. Anybody else like Snitch? Oh, let's check the poll actually. What we get with the poll? We are 50-50 on the poll. 50-50. So 50% of you would say you will snitch to reduce or cancel your sentence. 50% of you say you'll be quiet, do the time, and get the street cred. 50-50. I still feel like I'll snitch though. Like, I mean, ideally I wouldn't be in that situation to begin with, right? But if I ever found myself in a situation where I had to either snitch, get a reduced sentence, or a cancelled sentence, I'm snitching. I'm snitching. I'm telling on everybody. I'm telling on everybody. I'm pointing you out. I'm like, yeah, him, her, him. I'm pointing everybody out. I'm telling on crimes that have nothing to do with the case that's being investigated. I'm telling on everybody. Best believe I ain't going to jail. I don't think I'll do too well in prison. I don't think I'll last too long. So I don't even want to find out. Phone games are so convenient. You can play them on the go. Yeah, that's the thing, because they're just with you. You got your phone with you all the time, right? So if you're at a bus stop, you can play. You're in a cab, you can play. You're on your break, you can play. you know. And whereas a games console, you have to carry that around extra. You know, I mean, sure, you can put like your Nintendo Switch in your bag or your Steam Deck in your bag or whatever, and people do. But it's extra carry. It's extra carriage where your phone, you have your phone just anyway because your phone is so useful. I mean, your phone isn't just a phone anymore, right? Long gone are the days where a phone was just a phone. Long gone. Like your phone is practically. This is like the world in the palm of your hands right now. I mean, you got the internet, you've got movies, you've got music, you've got games, you can find stuff out real quick. You can check out pictures, you could learn things, you could set notes and remind yourself of things. You can put calendar in there to remind yourself. You could, set out your day plan. You could send emails, you can even edit videos on these things now. You could edit stuff on these things. You could upload to YouTube, watch YouTube. You know what I mean? Like there's so much. You could start a podcast on these things. Like there's so much you can do with this. With this. Like this is literally, well, not literally, but it's pretty much as close you can get as to having the world in the palm of your hands. You know, it is crazy when you think about it. How much you can do with phones now. Yeah, I'm snitching. Also screw them. If they are real, they would grass themselves up. That's the thing, is it? People always say, that's a good point actually, because people always say things like, yeah, you gotta snitch so your friends get off or whatever. But it's like, wait a minute. Why wouldn't they tell on themselves to help you out? So I'm just saying, if it's each to their own. But no, regardless of whether they'd help me out or not, I'm snitching. Even if they would do the time for me, like if it was the other way around and they would stay quiet, then I'm still snitching. I don't care. I'm telling on everybody. They'd be like, oh, but I did the time for you. It's like, you shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. You should have said something, because, bruh, I ain't going to jail for nobody. Man don't care, fam. Man don't care. These one game developers are clever. They know. Yeah, for sure, man. That's how it's works. You know what? They, and the way they do these deals as well, where they have, like, these packs, they say things like, oh, yeah, you can buy, I don't know, 1,000 coins or whatever it is for £1, or 2,000 coins for like £1.50, and maybe like 10,000 coins for £3, right? I mean, stuff like that. So most people, and because £3, not a lot of money, it's like, all right, let me just do that. I'll just get 10,000 coins and I get £3. It's cool. But before you know it, you spent those 10,000 coins, right, in the game. You bought another 10,000 coins, and now you buy like the 100,000 coin pack for 20 quid or whatever it is, and then you're spending that. Before you know it, it's like, yeah, it just piles up. It piles up, and you're not careful, you could be spending dollars on them things. You could be spending bare peas, fam. It's crazy. They know what they do. They know how to create an addictive game that you just keep playing. They know how to do all of that and create these offers that feel like that you're not spending a lot of money, but over time you're spending a lot of money. And when you hear about what these games make, like, or not all of them, sure, but I think it was Candy Crush. They make billions. Like, if you look up the money that Candy Crush makes, they are making billions. Billions. Not millions, billions. Let me try and find that real quick. See, with my phone, I can find out how much Candy Crush makes. Candy Crush, or I guess the owners of Candy Crush, King they're called. They're under Activision. Candy Crush make $4.2 million per day. Yeah? Look at this. Let me show you something. $4.2 million per day. Per day. You know how many people won't see that kind of money in a lifetime? Yeah. People will not see that kind of money in most of us won't see that kind of money in 2 lifetimes. They're making this per day. That's crazy. Can't play a game. I'm in a taxi. Always feel the need to try and make conversation. Otherwise, I feel awkward. Well, I appreciate cab passengers like you, Sam, trying to make conversation. It's always nice. But yeah, some people be in a cab, and I don't mind. It's not a problem. I mean, end of the day, it's your ride. Do what you want. But yeah, some people in the cab on the phone playing games is like, all right, cool. You can hear the noise in the back. So hey. Enjoy yourself, man. It's all good. But yeah, I mean, I feel like, I don't know. I mean, I personally feel like if I'm in a room with people, like I remember like when I was working in offices and, you know, you go take a break and I might have my phone with me. I'll be sitting in the break room on my own. I've got my phone out, or maybe I've got my games console out on my own. But then somebody walks in, and I've always felt the need to kind of put my phone away when somebody walks in, or put my game away when somebody walks in. And it's just kind of weird for me because they might just ignore me and do their own thing and be on their phone themselves, right? But I kind of feel like if we're in a room, it just feels weird to me to take my phone out and be on my phone or playing a game when somebody else is in the room and they're just there. And that was always just something that felt weird to me. Even though plenty of people did it, plenty of people would just ignore you and just do their own thing. And I'm not going to complain or whatever, but it's just something that always felt weird to me. To be in a room with somebody and take my phone out. And yeah. I don't know. Either people are weird or I am. Maybe both. Oh, cool. This went too far down. If I'm on public transport, I have to play a phone game. It makes the commute bearable. In the game, the way of the streets, it's whatever. It's whatever. Console games, the ones I mostly want are old school games. Yeah, and I hear that. Make it a revival. Well, for me they are anyway. It's the same though, for real. Max, you need to embrace modernity, my friend. Yeah, they're nostalgic. No. Always get the taxi drivers. That story, I really talk about me. I haven't taken a taxi in ages. Yeah, we got all kinds of passengers. I mean, some people like to talk, some people like to stay quiet. I don't mind either way. I mean, I like to talk, don't get me wrong. If somebody wants to talk, I'm always up, well, maybe not always, but most times I'm up for a chit chat. Yeah, some people like to stay quiet, some people like to talk, and it's kind of a weird thing, I think, for both myself and I think the passengers. Well, not a weird thing, but I guess for the passengers, it's like, and I kind of feel this as well, that you're talking to somebody that most likely you're never going to see again, right? And there is something, I think, somewhat freeing about that, where you can kind of feel that you can just talk and not worry about what that person thinks of it, or whether they agree or disagree, or, you know, whatever. Sometimes, because I've had a few people who it's somewhat, it feels, at least, I mean, I'm not a psychologist, whatever, but it feels to me that they just needed to get something off their chest. Like they're going through some things, they got stuff going on in their life, and they just need to say something out loud. And there's a few times where people just talk about their lives, their personal lives, and they'll be telling me stuff that they probably don't tell anybody, right? And it can feel kind of weird at first because like it's like you just met them, you don't know them, you're complete strangers. But at the same time, it makes sense. You're a complete stranger. They don't know you. There's no kind of repercussion of telling you these things. Yo, what up, XSplit? Overdose on Pepsi. Oh, be careful with that. Make you pee a lot. But yeah, it's like you're probably never gonna see him again. So it's like, so what if you tell somebody all these personal things, even if whatever they think of you, whether they think you're silly, it doesn't matter, because you're most likely never gonna see them again, and it just gives you that chance to let something out that you might have been holding back, you know. So yeah, I think in some cases cab trips can be somewhat therapeutic for some people. I'm with you. If in a room full of people, I put my phone away. Also, yeah, it just feels weird to me to have it out. I mean, like I say, most of people. I guess to be honest, it's not that I've never had my phone out in a room full of people. It's not that I've never done that, or I would never do it. But I would say, at least when I was working in the office, it just felt like we're here. We see each other every day. Shouldn't we at least try to talk to each other? You know, that's how it kind of felt to me at the time. I don't work in the office anymore, though. It's probably for the best. Definitely for the best. Not just that reason, but yeah. I'm interested in some games of today. Whenever I get a PS5 and do live games, I want to play them. Would you mean live games like live streaming the games, like on Twitch or something like that, or YouTube, like streaming on YouTube? That'd be cool. It'd be crazy if I called for a taxi and Haze picked me up. It'd have to be Uber, not quite a taxi service, but it'd have to be Uber. But yeah, it just might happen. It just might happen. It just might. I don't think I've actually. No, I actually haven't. I haven't picked up anybody that I know yet. Like, I haven't picked up anybody like friends or family, things like people that I know. Like, I haven't picked up any. It hasn't happened to me where somebody's got in a cab and it's like, hey, did we go to the same school together? That hasn't happened. But it could. I mean, it's certainly not an impossible thing. Plenty of people use the services, so I'm just saying. Might not have happened yet, but it's not an impossible thing. As you can't even see in London. Indeed, it could happen. It could. It could. The thing is, though, like, I mean, because I wouldn't know it's you, right? I mean, it would say, let's say I get a trip and it says Jacob. Like, I mean, loads of people call Jacob. So I'm not going to know it's you. But you know it's me. So you could be in a position where you might be saying things like, I don't know. I just feel like if in a situation like that, you can use it to play tricks on me or something. You know what I mean? You can use it to play tricks on me, because I might be like, just pick up a guy. I don't, meet him for the first time, get in a cab, take him somewhere. I feel like a situation like that, you can use to play some tricks on me. I was only joking. Also, games are very nostalgic for sure. I haven't been in one before. Maybe last time. I was 11. Black cabs are expensive. Why are black cabs so expensive? I don't know. It is a mystery. I think one of the reasons, and this may not be it, because I don't drive the taxi service. I don't have the taxi license. I have a private hire license, which is a little bit different. But I think one of the reasons is that they get certain privileges that private hire cabs don't get. For example, they can use bus lanes and that kind of thing, and some other areas they can use. So certain areas, especially around central London, taxis are probably quicker to get around in than a private hire, because they can use the bus lanes, that sort of thing. But I guess you pay extra for that privilege. That'd be my guess. I don't know if that's the actual reason, or maybe there's multiple reasons. But yeah, that would be my guess is amongst the reasons they charge more. Yeah, I think I mean, I don't know what the difference is. Like, for example, if you was to get a cab versus getting a private hire car, the cab, yeah, probably going to be quicker because of those privileges. How much time you save, though, that's going to depend on other things as well. You still get traffic regardless, right? You still get traffic. And then, is the time you save worth the extra money you got to pay for it? That's another question as well. So, also, I ain't know about you, but personally, I haven't had good experiences with black cabs. And I spoke to people who've had similar, who said similar things. So I ain't trying to shit on nobody. I ain't. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's my personal experience. Go see fans, the opera, Webcam to take us. You could. you might get somebody called Kevin though. So that might be a bit awkward. I'd be like, hey, just saying. Edit shows I like talking to the most is one from different countries. I like hearing about different backgrounds. I think is my alias. I will reveal my real name, and I will let you know where I know you. Oh, so that definitely would. Yeah, if I see, because if I see any name coming up, yeah, you could definitely play tricks on me. If you booked a cab and I picked you up, you could definitely play tricks on me. I think because I won almost what I would say like. There's even now me saying this, I feel like there's a good 95% chance I wouldn't know, and then like maybe it might take me a good solid minute to figure out that okay, it's this Jacob, it's this little Jacob playing tricks on me. It might take me a good solid minute to figure it out. That's when London used to do text driving back in late 70s, early 80s. Oh, where we going? I've lost my place. I've lost my place. There we go. You would know it's me. Let me call you Kev. I'm like, wait a minute. Why is this girl calling me Kev? That's not my name. It's not my damn name. Who keeps calling me that? I'd have to, because you know, like the cab drivers, we could rate the passengers as well. I'd have to rate you down as 1 star, and when I ask for the reason, I'll be like, kept getting my name wrong. I'll be like, 1 star. What's the reason? Was she dirty? No. Was they rude? No. Was they changing the direction too much? Nope. Other, please specify. Kept getting my name wrong. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. You can see it buzz on your phone. The driver gave you 1 star. That's friends rates. Well, she'll probably let you know I don't handle the rates. So you pay what they charge you. You pay what they charge you. If anything, I'll just take the longer route and make you pay more. That's what I'd be doing. Like, hey, I know what I'm going. We're going to take the scenic route today. Nah, I wouldn't do that. That's not cool. We can get a bad review. I'm trying to catch up with the chat. Appreciate guys keeping it lively. Give us a discount. I can't see him charge you. That's full rate. Wow. Let's share the driver who had a passenger acting a damn fool. Passenger decided to spit at the driver and try swinging at him. Oof. He swung at the driver. Yeah, some people be crazy. I haven't had anybody that bad. I've not had anybody that bad. God willing, I will not ever have anybody that bad. That's a lot. You know, 2,000 charges double. So that's more like it. Nah, that's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. I won't charge you double. I mean, look. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't handle the prices, so it'd be like, just whatever the thing is. But no, I won't do that. I've heard of people who try to do that sort of stuff where they drive extra miles to try and, because the way it works is that, I mean, it's a bit different now because the way Uber structured the payments is a little bit harder to do it now. But back in the day, where it was purely based on how far you drove, like the distance you drove and the time it took you to get there, and then some drivers would try and like drive extra miles to, you know, bump up their final fee. But so they've changed it in like the last maybe year or so, where it's a bit more set in what you pay. I mean, there are circumstances where it can still go higher than the original thing, depending on what actually happens. But it's a bit harder to kind of just drive like a bunch of extra miles and charge somebody extra. It wouldn't work as it used to. But that's not cool. I don't do that sort of stuff. I don't do that sort of stuff. It's not cool, man. It's not cool, man. You know, there's other probably sales tracker. Probably forget to give him a bad review. Starstruck? Nah. I ain't no superstar. I'm just some guy on the internet. Did I say starstruck? I'm a drunk. I mean, at least they would be if I had them. I think we are past that. We're more friends in this group. Yeah, no. I use the private high cabs, to be honest. I'll use private high cabs, to be honest. How's your dad feel about that, Al? Because it seems, and maybe that's not one of them. I don't know. But yeah, apparently, it seems quite a few taxi drivers, like black taxi drivers. That's not what. Let me just say taxi. When I say taxi, I mean the black cab drivers, as in the cab is black, not the. I mean the driver might be as well, but I mean the cab is black. But anyway, the taxi drivers, some of those guys don't particularly like the private hire cab drivers too much. And I know that's an old thing. It's nothing new. It's been like that for a long time. Now, personally, I don't care. Like, the way I see it, everybody is doing what they can do for themselves, for their families, for whatever. It seems to me there's enough business to go around for everybody, you know? So I don't try to get involved with all this stuff. But it's happened a few times where, you know, taxi drivers have, like, purposefully cut me off, or, you know what I mean, that sort of thing, or stopped right in front of me to prevent me from going forward. And they've kind of I remember one guy sped up, cut out in front of me, stopped right in the middle of the road, and then he started letting his passengers off, right, blocking the road, so I couldn't get past. You know, so things like that, it happens every now and then. So with you only using private hire cabs, how's your dad feel about that as a former taxi driver? Does he care? Does it piss him off? Does he keep telling you, no, they're in private hire, no, you don't ever... Or does he say, whatever, do what you want? How's your dad feel about that? If you don't mind saying, of course. I mean, I don't want to... If it's a personal thing, then... by the way, that's kind of a blanket thing for any question I ask. If you feel like you don't want to answer it, it's cool. I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable if you don't want to answer any question I ask. But yeah, if you don't mind answering, then I'd like to know. That could not have been me. Shake my head, spitting and shit. Then you wanna throw knuckles at me for? He would have been calling for an ambulance to lift his ass up. I would have fucked him up. His ghost. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'd have done that, but yeah, I get it. Somebody swings at you, swing back. I get it. You gotta protect yourself. Gotta protect yourself. That uses pro high cabs as well, so you don't bluff it. Okay, fair enough. I'll say it would be cool if we all met up one day. Definitely would. I doubt if it would have actually happened. I retired years ago. He's 74 now. Maybe one day. One day. Yeah. Ugh. But hey, until then, we'd always have the internet. We were speaking of serial killers earlier, or serial killer documentaries rather. One of my favorite online content creators, I just got a notification that he uploaded a video called "Interviewing a Serial Killer." So how about that? How about that? Excuse me. How about that? Let me switch over to this screen for a second. Let me put this on. I ain't know if you know this guy, but he's called Rich Black Guy. And personally, I think this guy is hilarious. So let me give Rich Black Guy a little appreciation. If you don't know about Rich Black Guy, I suggest you check out his stuff. He's a funny dude.
Tell us how you do it. Well, I usually take them to a bar and get them extremely drunk. Then we go back to my apartment where I tie them up, strangle them, decapitate them with the hacksaw, cut off their genitals and throw in a pickle jar. Then afterwards I make hot chocolate and snuggle with the headless corpse while I watch reruns of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Wow, that's so horrendous.
Yeah, it's sickening. If you knew it was bad, why don't you just stop? Well, it's like an addiction, you know? It's just hard to break bad habits.
I get it. It's like me trying to quit drinking.
Exactly.
I see. So, how do you choose your victims?
I think anyone that reminds me of my father.
Oh yeah?
How's he like? Tall, dark, and handsome, very well spoken, kind of like you.
Oh, well, I don't know whether to be frightened or flattered.
Why not both?
What's funny is that you don't seem like the serial killer type.
What do you mean?
You just seem like a really chill dude.
What am I supposed to be like, Jack the Ripper?
I don't know. Maybe I watch too many movies.
Oh yeah? Which ones do you like? Honestly, anything with Will Smith in it.
Oh, I love Will Smith.
Favorite movie on 3? 1, 2, 3?
Independence Day.
Hey, you want to go get a drink together? So, tell me how you do it. Well, I usually take them to a bar.
Yeah. He's a funny dude. Definitely worth checking out. If you don't know about Rich Black Guy, check out Rich Black Guy. I like this dude. He's funny. Let me give this a like real quick. Yeah, he's the same age as King Charles. Oh yeah, guess yeah. I guess so. Maybe a little bit older actually. I think Charles is 73 actually, so he might be just a little bit older. He should be like, hey, I should be king. I was born before you. Isn't that how that works? That's how that works, right? That's how that works. If you were born first, you get to be king. Yeah, so Charles is 73. So yeah, a little bit older. So yeah, your dad should be king, really. I'm just saying. Excuse me. Yeah, my blade or strap and then just be wilding like a mofo. Yeah. Be careful of them things, though, still. Brax. Be careful of them things. Thing is, if you pull a weapon on somebody, especially if you pull a gun on somebody, I will say, like, well, here's how I look at it. If somebody's like pulls a gun on you and you pull a gun on them, somebody's going to die in that situation. You know what I mean? Somebody's going to get killed or severely injured. Somebody pulls a gun on you, you pull a gun on them, one of you is going to be dead or severely injured. Like, there's no other way that goes. So I feel like if you're going to do it, because, like, I don't know, I ain't never shot nobody, I ain't never stabbed nobody, so I don't want to talk like I know what that is. I've never been stabbed, I've never been shot either. So I don't want to talk like I know what that is. But to my mind, when I think about those things, like the idea of stabbing or shooting somebody, you know what I mean? Like, and then going about your life afterwards. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I feel like if I'm going to do that, if I'm going to stab somebody or shoot somebody, it has to be a very good reason. Like a real solid, clear, good reason. Not just like justifiable. Like, oh yeah, he pulled enough on me, so I pulled enough on him. I don't mean justifiable. I mean, it has to be like a good reason. Because to be in that situation where somebody draws on you, you draw on them, you got to be willing, you know what I mean? You've got to be okay with the fact that one of you is going to be dead. And that could be the other person. If there's the other person, then you have to live with that you did that. You know what I mean? You did that. And it doesn't matter that, okay, they drew on you first, but you did that still. So if you're going to live with that, I feel like in my mind, it needs to be for a reason that is more than just justifiable. You know what I mean? Like, it can't be just... Yeah, I don't know. Like I say, I don't want to sound like I know what I'm talking about, because I probably don't. But if I'm going to stab somebody, I feel like, or stab or shoot somebody, or potentially kill somebody, I feel like if I could do it, but it can't be just from basic reason, like, oh, they pulled a gun on me, so I pulled a gun on them. I don't know, man. That seems like it's that, to my mind, that doesn't seem like a good enough reason to put a bullet in somebody. So yeah, I don't know. We all see the world differently. If I was in London, I would probably stay longer than a day, because London from Hull just for a day seems a bit much. Where is Hull? Hull's like way up north, isn't it? Yeah, you're like Midlands area, like not far off Leeds. I mean, you could probably, I guess if you got a train to London, that's got to be what, hour and a half, 2 hours maybe on the train? Let's see a funny video real quick. Watch Latrice Allen Family Dollar. Alright, let me look that up real quick. Let me look that up. I don't know, Sophie sounds like she should be queen. I think that she's nice. All hell, Queen Sophie. On her channel, real comedian Latrice Allen. Okay, I think I see it. Oh, I'll see the channel at least anyway. Max, have you seen that clip where this dude has a argument in McDonald's and he pulls out a hatchet? Oof. Damn, man. In McDonald's, you know, what they forget is like hot sauce or something. It's a chili sauce. Sweet and sour. Man, when it came up to spitting, the mofo needs to be smoked in the face. It's deserved. Still, there's laws. But when pulling out that strap, you better be ready to use it. Yeah, indeed. 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 That's how eyes be seeing it. You can't be doing it because you wanted to scare him. You know what I mean? You might scare him into shooting you. Like, that's what could happen. If he pulls a gun and you put a gun on them, it's like you might just scare the guy into shooting you, and it's like, I think I see this. So there we go. I was accused of taking some toothpaste out of Family Dollar. Okay, I think this is it. Yorkshire, East Yorkshire, in the car. It's about 4 or 5. Oh, that's a long drive. If you're driving 4 or 5 hours, yeah, that's long. That's long. I got sisters and brothers that live in Kings upon the Hall. Sisters and brothers, and they all moved to Hull. Why would they do that? Like. What's in Hull? Use those 2 jumps instead of back and change. Whatever. No brandishing weapons. We don't use this phone. Yeah, it's just Hull. Oh, you don't pronounce the H. You don't pronounce the H. Oh. Alright, let's check this video out real quick. I was accused of taking some toothpaste. Oh, let me put this thing on. Out the Family Dollar. There we go. There we go.
You need to open the door. I'm listening. I'm not opening the door. Come on, Ray. Please get out. These people serving. Can you please call the police? I'm finna call the police because you. Well, y'all call the police because I'm telling you. Look, you said I stole something. I put something down here, baby. I was digging in my tail. That's what I was doing. I was digging down here. I'm finna show you. I was digging. I got a pad on. I ain't putting nothing down here. Now y'all finna get in trouble and show the police the camera. I was digging in my tail. That's what I was doing. Digging. You finna go to jail. I was digging. I got a hole I want to show you. Man, what's good?
I'm recording this one so you can have for your
Yeah, man, to be honest.
Well, please keep recording and please send that to
Chip
me.
spice, that's when the whole chip spice. Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Don't like me,
Yo, you got the chip spice.
Man before her sister. Boo. All about her ugly behind Billy. Girl, Billie Jean. Girl, Jean Davis. All about a man. That I ain't messed with in over 10 years. Baby, move. Baby, move.
That's what NFL team. The Saints are over there in London. And y'all about to see some issues.
No, you need to move from this door.
They come over here a lot. Well, not about them, but they have American football teams come over quite a lot, actually.
Because I'm out there and my coochie was itching. And I have a right to scratch it because I'm grown. And I have a whole damn panty line of pad on.
It didn't look like you were scratching down.
I know what I was doing, baby. There ain't nothing down there, is it? Is there something down there? Draws.
They on the way.
It don't matter. Y'all finna get in trouble because ain't nothing down there. Nothing ain't even down there but a damn pad. They accuse me of stealing. And listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. They finna get sued. I'm about to put my hands on them. I'm gonna go to jail. I'm trying to put my hands on you. I'm trying to put my hands on you. Baby, you listen. I'm gonna tell you like this. Please move. Please move from this door. Please move from this door. I'm gonna ask you now. Please
Wow.
move from this door, ma'am. Please move.
Apparently she was scratching because she was itching, and they accused her of stealing.
Please move from this door. They trying to say I was stealing. They trying to say
I
I was
mean-
stealing, baby. Hold on. Cause open that door for that lady. No, open that door for that lady. Y'all finna get in trouble. I'm telling you. Thank you. You better listen. I'm telling you, I'm gonna put my hands on you, baby. They finna, I'm gonna have it.
You know what?
Cause I ain't got nothing on me, y'all. Nothing on me.
They
Nothing
can resolve
on
this
there.
pretty
They said
easily,
toothpaste.
I felt.
Please get this. They said toothpaste. Ain't nothing down here on me. But a damn pad. What I sold y'all pad? Baby, y'all, I'm waiting for them because y'all finna get sued. Y'all finna get sued. I'm telling you.
I feel like this could be resolved pretty easily, though. Like,
I was waiting in that car for him to come. Y'all not finna, come on, Ray, get up.
they could check the video, right? Because you can't be shoving toothpaste up your fanny crack. It'd be pretty clear that's what you're doing. Do you know what I mean?
You didn't see nothing. You didn't even run no camera. Where are you claiming?
They could just check the cameras, though. Like,
You ain't seen nothing in my. You seen me who walked by with I had a toothpaste, looking at it, and then you walked back by when I was digging in my tail, and you thought I put something in there. That's what it was.
No, man.
But now y'all finna get in trouble, all because of a man. This little girl been there, did never like me.
Hey, when your coochie itches, your coochie itches. What can you do, man?
I wouldn't even came here.
They got chips.
Baby, don't record no more. That's enough evidence. I gotta.
I feel like that situation could be resolved pretty easily. Just check the video, check the camera. And come on, even if she was, let's be real, it's toothpaste. Like, are you really gonna block the door over toothpaste? You know what I mean? Like, are you really gonna be blocking the door over toothpaste? Like, listen, like Jakes, you were talking about like working retail earlier. Listen, if I was working retail, that door would not. I'm not blocking no door over no toothpaste. I'm not blocking the door over anything. Like, just let them go. Let them go. Like, even if she stole something, even if she did steal something, which I don't think she did. I doubt she did. But even if she did steal something, it's like, you know what, just let them go. Like, why am I blocking the door over toothpaste? Like, come on now. You're gonna risk all that, risk potentially getting into a fight, you know, risk a situation, get turning violent over toothpaste? Are you mad? Nah. Listen, the shop has insurance. Let them deal with it. Matter of fact, don't that shop have security? Like, why is that girl standing in the door? Where's the shop security at? You know what I mean, where's the shop security? Where are they? They let the staff deal with that? Come on now. You're not. I don't know what she's getting paid, but I'm pretty sure it's not enough to be dealing with stolen goods. Let the lady go. You know what I mean? Check the camera. They can resolve that situation easily. That's just She was trying to stuff toothpaste in a fanny crack. Like, come on. Like, I think you know what the difference between somebody stuffing toothpaste in their fanny versus somebody just scratching their, you know what I mean? I think you can tell the difference. It's like, maybe it looks a little bit off, whatever, but come on. She had a pretty long skirt on, so for her to be shoving toothpaste in a fanny crack, that skirt needs to be hiked all the way up. You know what I mean? It's not she was wearing some like Batty Riders or something, or, you know, she's wearing a pretty long skirt. You'd have to hike that all the way up to be shoving anything up. You know what I mean? So it's like, you can resolve that pretty easily. Like, come on now. You guys mad? It's just us old folk. Make you all look soft. I mean, you probably would, to be honest, but yeah. Wasn't for real though, man. She had, you know, that's another thing as well. A lot of these videos are fake, and I guess like what happens is that you see so many of them, it's hard to tell the difference which ones are fake and which ones aren't fake. I mean, whether that was fake, oh, you saying it's fake? Yeah. But yeah, if it was true, if it was true, if it was a real video, it could be resolved easily. It had a pad of toothpaste. In my case, I'll say my Johnson. I read comment from a lady saying I would have lifted her ass out my way and went out the door. I mean, she could have, but I mean, that could be a whole another lawsuit in and of itself. Digging her tail. So I ain't know if y'all noticed, but a lot of these recommendations are for a coffee channel. I don't know if you've noticed this. Sam might have noticed it. I don't know if Sam watches coffee channels on YouTube, but clearly I've been watching quite a few coffee channels on YouTube, this one in particular, and as such I'm getting a lot of recommendations. But yeah, shout out to Morgan Drinks Coffee. She does some interesting videos on coffee. and I might even be learning how to make the best coffee in the world after watching some of those YouTube videos, because now I'm a coffee expert after watching a few videos about coffee on YouTube. That's how that works. That is exactly how that works. I am now a coffee barista. If only did itch, a tube of Colgate ain't gonna solve the problem. I mean, it might. I'm just saying, toothpaste has that kind of soothing thing to it. It might. I mean, I don't know. I can't speak to the experience of it, but it might. Just saying. Stranger things have happened, right? So, just saying, it might. The hatchet dude was crazy. There was a moment when he just stood there and was taking unanswered punches. Imagine though if the toothpaste was up there and it squeezed open. But maybe her husband's gonna have a very minty smelling dick afterwards. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Husband's gonna be walking around with mint dick. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That sounds quite nice, actually, to be honest with you. I think that sounds quite nice. Let me see if I can find this other video you guys were talking about. So, was it a McDonald's? Was it again? Hatchet and McDonald's. I don't know if that's how you... Hatchet. McDonald's. I ain't know if this... How you gonna find it? Is this it? I think this might be it.
Now to an Eyewitness News exclusive. A man who went on a wild fast food rampage with a hatchet speaks out. The shocking attack happened inside a McDonald's on the Lower East Side.
Is this it?
No one was seriously hurt.
Yo.
The man with the hatchet explained his actions to Eyewitness News reporter Kimberly Richardson.
Kind of waited for them to finish doing whatever they were doing, and then I just did what I wanted to do.
Pulled out a hatchet to teach them a lesson. In this exclusive interview, Michael Palacio tells me he has zero regrets for doing this Friday morning.
The most important thing is don't be afraid to defend yourself.
Michael tells me things
defend yourself? Wait, what happened?
Street after a security guard ignored his request to use the bathroom. He maintains words were exchanged with the customer. Then things escalated. Michael, he admits he had been drinking, threw a punch. There was plenty of pushing and shoving with three men who then turned on him. Video shows Michael on the receiving end of blows to the head.
Okay.
He
They just punched him up.
has been jumped before and had had enough. He calmly pulled that hatchet out and police say started menacing people, smashed a glass wall, and slapped one of his attackers.
My intentions were not to hurt anyone. My intentions were not to put anyone in a hospital or dice anybody up.
You know what?
The reason why I pulled out the hatchet was because
I'm going to say something. I'm not sure how you guys are going to feel about what I'm going to say.
Don't jump me again.
It's not clear if police are looking for the three men, but Michael tells me he's not interested in pressing charges.
You don't need to be in jail to learn a lesson. I hope that the fear they felt that night is enough to never assault someone again.
So why did Michael have a hatchet in his bag to begin with? He's a messenger and tells me he just feels safer carrying it.
I'm always out there.
Oh wait, that's not over yet.
I'm always actually getting into it with drivers, which is what the Tomahawk is for. It's not for people. It's for trees and, you know, vehicles.
Michael is charged with, among other things, menacing and criminal mischief.
All right, here's the thing. Like, based on what I just saw there, and you know, granted, I'm sure that's not the whole story. There's probably way more to it than what they're showing. But based on what I just saw there, I can't be mad at this Michael guy for pulling out the hatchet. I can't be mad at him for that, because dude just wanted to use the toilet. You know what I mean? Dude just wanted to use the toilet, and they start jumping him. What, 3 guys punched him in the head? It was like 2-3 guys just punched him in the head, punched him in the face, and he was there just calm, right? Getting punched in the face. I can't be mad. The only thing I say that when he started hitting the customers and that's, yeah, that you take it a bit too far there because they got nothing to do with it. But as far as like maybe get a bit mad, smash out the place, I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad at that. Like maybe not hit the customers. They ain't got nothing to do with it. That's uncalled for. But yeah, I can't be too mad at that. Like it looks a bit crazy when you see it initially, just pulling out a hatchet, man's going wild in this place. But considering they jumped him, dude just wanted to use the toilet. Why is that a problem? You know what I mean? Why is that a problem? Just let him use the toilet. If you wanted to buy something, just say, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know about you, but if I go places, I'd rather use a toilet before I buy. It's like food places. I'd rather use a toilet before I buy food because I ain't taking the food into the toilet with me, right? So if I could use a toilet, then I could go buy something. You know what I mean? But dude just wanted to use the toilet. They won't let him. They start punching him up, right? And then I can't be mad at that. I'll say, only thing I say is that, yeah, maybe don't hit the customers. That's going too far. They got nothing to do with it. But I can't be mad at that. I'm not saying I would do it. I probably wouldn't. I'll probably take a beating and cry, right? But I can't be mad at that. I'm not going to say he did the right thing. I'm just saying I can't be mad at that. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's always going to be better ways you can handle situations. Of course, there's always another more peaceful way you can handle a situation. I ain't saying that. You know, I'm just saying I can't be mad at that. You know what I mean? I get it. I get it. That's the clip. Oh, cool. I just wanted to bury the hatchet for real. Bury that hatchet in your face. And public in these streets. It's rated E for everyone. Everyone can get it whichever way. But they know not to fuck around with him again. And that was in New York City. They had an anti-gun up there. It's probably where he had a hatchet, not a gun. The thing is, he just absorbed them punches like it was nothing. Yeah, dude was just like this. All in punches, which is giving him energy. See, I told you, dog. It was like, okay. Hold on real quick, for real. Fanny will also be hurting. Oh, yeah. If you, I mean, I'm saying yeah, like I know, but I'd assume if you stuck a tube of toothpaste up your fanny crack, it's not going to be very comfortable. You know, you're probably not going to be standing around, walking around. She was walking around pretty normally in that video. I'd imagine that, yeah, you're probably gonna be suffering a little bit, more than a little bit, I'd guess. You become a coffee expert. I'm coming to yours for a coffee. Well, you know what? Here's the thing about what I've learned about coffee from watching some of these videos is that like I watched one video and they were showing they were trying to find out if making a good coffee is more about the equipment or is it more about the barista. So they had a really skilled, professional, experienced barista using this really cheap coffee machine, and they had an inexperienced guy using this really expensive machine, and then they tested them out. Now, to be fair, that video, I did feel like the test they did, it seemed a bit flawed in the way they did the test. That being said, the end result was that the person who was more skilled at making coffee made the better coffee. And I can believe that. Even though I felt like the test they did was a bit flawed, I can believe that is more to the skill. But that being said, if you can, you know, get a good machine, a really good machine, and, you know, learn how to use it and everything else, and learn the different techniques about temperatures and get it all right, you know, you can do pretty well. Now, I ain't get those machines, those like real professional machines, they easily go into the thousands, like easily. Like I think they start from about 5,000-6,000, easily go up to like 10,000-20,000. I ain't trying to spend that kind of money. However, what I can do is buy a pour over coffee filter. It's called a V60 coffee filter, and then you literally just put it over a cup. You put the coffee filter in the holder in the thing. Put the coffee in that. The coffee grounds in that. Grounds in that, and you pour the water with it. However, it is best that you use one of those gooseneck kettles. I ain't got a gooseneck kettle. One day. But for now, use a regular kettle. But anyway, the point is that, yeah, I've been learning about making coffee and the best ways to make coffee in home, because I'm using I've got a it's called a Dolce Gusto, a Nespresso Dolce Gusto machine, which is okay, it's fine, but I feel like it's still, at the end of the day, it's instant coffee, which it's not terrible. I suppose as far as instant coffee goes, it's not as bad. Like compared to those granules instant coffees, those are awful. So it's definitely better than that. But I'm trying to find ways of making coffee in a relatively short amount of time, but getting a much fuller flavor. So, you know, I'm reading about different types of beans, the different ways you can grind them, like a thin grind or a thicker grind, and how that can affect things. If you're trying to make an espresso using the much thinner grind, it's difficult to make an espresso without a machine though, because like the way the temperature has to extract from the, yeah, it's the whole thing. But yeah, I just learned a bunch of things from watching YouTube videos. How much of it I can actually do at home, I don't know, because I ain't got no expensive coffee machine. But you know, I'm trying to do what I can. I'm trying to do the best I can with the equipment that I have access to, which right now is cheaper stuff. Thanks, man. You see this poet, so I'm taking that shit. Hopefully it doesn't get that bad. But then again, just saying. When motherfuckers out here, tolerance tanks are on empty. Nah, for real though. I mean, the thing is, you just don't know what people are going through. You don't know what their day's been like. You know what I mean? Like, that guy could have been like the sweetest person in the world, right? And you just caught him on a day where he was going through so much, had so much in his mind, so much he's already been put up with, and that was like the thing. Like, maybe any other day that happened, he would have been able to handle it much calmer, right? But you just catch him on a day where it's like you say, your tolerance tank is just on empty. You know what I mean? And there's only so much you can get pushed before you push back. You know, because there's a point where you realize you either push back or you jump off. You know what I mean? You either push back or you jump off the cliff. So there's only so much you can push somebody before it's like, snap. And some people can get pushed further than others, for sure. Some people get pushed much further than others. But it's always going to be that point where it's like, they're going to look behind them and be like, nah. You know what I mean? There's always that point where you push someone enough, they're eventually going to look behind them and be like, nah, you're not pushing me anymore. So yeah, kindness costs nothing. I think that's the motto. That's the saying of any. That's the thing to take away from any situation. Kindness costs nothing. I mean, if you don't want the guy using your toilet, okay, maybe there's reasons for that. Okay, whatever. But there was no need to jump the guy, beat him up because he wanted to use the toilet. And then check out another clip called "Old Lady Says You Could Have Went Around." I was about to be some action on that aisle. I think this is it. All right, let me put this on.
Man, what's wrong with you? You could have went around. But ma'am, you could have went around. You heard me talking. But you could have went around. You could have went around. You could have went around.
Raw.
Man, what's wrong with you?
That's not an old lady though.
You could have went around.
That's a dude dressed as an old lady.
But ma'am, you could have went around. You heard me talking.
Look how her voice changes.
You could have went around. You could have went around.
That's a man. Nah.
Man, what's wrong with you? You could have went around.
Comedian. Yeah, this is a stage, but still.
You could have went around. You wasn't talking. But you could.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's staged, but even still, that's kind of funny still. Alright, guys, so we going to get some coffee. You know, you guys are getting instant coffee. You get instant coffee mixed in lukewarm water. That's what you're getting. The worst ones to fuck with that. Saying a nice man is capable of being a dangerous man, and a woman will do your ass up too. Excuse me. Yes. Said she must have raised her sons. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was staged, but still. I feel like there's a thing about older people where you just kind of realize. I felt that the older you get, the less you care about things. You know what I mean? The less you just care about things, like and I think you just get to a point where there's so little things that you care about. You don't care how you sound to people. You don't care what people think of you. You don't care about the words you use. You just say whatever. Say whatever, do whatever. Give me the good, so I give you my cold. Well, I think the instant coffee would be at least warm enough to get rid of your cold. So by the time you realize I was just giving you instant coffee, yeah. That's my trick. The way it looked kind of odd. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. It sounded, cause the way that voice. I mean, look, you know what? Here's real talk. I could be completely wrong. I could be completely wrong, but there's the way her the voice switched up and the way she just pushed up that lady up against the aisle. I don't know, man. It just seemed to me like that was a guy dressed as a woman, and the account. If you notice, but the account says IG at Comedian Andre. That sounds like a comedian's account. Like the main's Andre and it's comedian. That's what that sounds like to me. Comedian Dre.
You could have went around. You wasn't talking. But you could have went around. You could have went around. You could have went around.
Yeah, just the way she kind of dragged up. I feel like that's a dude dressed as an old lady. Plus that wig looks a bit off. So I'm just saying, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I get you to say you shouldn't really assume. You know what I mean? You shouldn't assume. You don't know. You don't know what. But that's how it looked to me. So pay respect. Am I about the old heads? Is there? Yeah. The older you get, the less you care about certain things, and it's like, I get it, man. I feel like we're all kind of aiming for that kind of level of freedom. Still, you could have, for real, running into old people for nothing. Whether it's a whether it's an old lady, whether it's a dude in a dress, still go around, man. They're around. Checked out Kano live at Maida Vale at Deja, featuring Double E and Gets video. What do you think of that? What do you think of that? DEE is old school in grime. Like he's been around for a minute. And he kind of dips in and out of the mainstream. Like he mostly stays kind of independent underground, but he kind of dips in and out of the mainstream a little bit. He did a advert, I think it was a couple of years ago, for IKEA called Fresh and Clean, where it was a Christmas advert where it was saying like how's it go? I've forgotten how it goes, but it was a Christmas advert from IKEA maybe like 2-3 years ago. Oh, you know what? Let me just look this thing up. I didn't play the whole thing though, because
honestly,
there's one might be issues.
So much
disgusting. But no, you don't.
You might have seen this.
No. In here, I don't want to lay down or rest. Are you crazy?
Yeah, that's DWE on the Christmas advert for. I'm pretty sure this was IKEA. It was IKEA, wasn't it?
Else. Okay. Come on.
But. Yes. This place is a mess. Yeah. But yeah, if you remember a Christmas advert from a few years ago, that was that. And they even someone giving me crap coffee. Can't be rude. Well. Well. I'm only nice on the internet. Great MCs, really cool video. The kids. I'm so cute. OLED. That's the most hideous looking. Right. Right, listen, yeah. Kano is a legend in this game. DWE, a legend in this game. Gets a legend in this game. I'm just saying. Just saying. Like Kano's old school as well. Actually, Kano's been around for a good minute. In fact, if you've watched Top Boy, he plays Sully in Top Boy. So that's Kano. Gets had an album out. Was it this year? I think maybe last year. But yeah, good album. You're nice to me on the internet. I'm only nice on the internet. I'm trying to get subscribers in it, so I have to be nice on the internet. But offline, nah. You don't get subscribers offline, so why am I being nice for? That's how it goes. I'm trying to get to 1 million subs in it, so I'm nice online. Offline, nah. I mean, if I gave you good coffee, you can't subscribe to my coffee. Right. So of course, yeah, I'm nice online. People subscribe. Nah, for real. I think I mean, I don't have an expensive fancy coffee machine, but I think the best coffee I can do right now would probably be I mean, until I get the V60, which should be arriving tomorrow. I think the best I can do right now is the Dolce Gusto, because I have a French press coffee maker, which is okay, but the problem with the French press is that you get, you know, the bits like the coffee grounds in the bottom of the cup afterwards. I'm still waiting for you to be nice to me. I am nice. What are you talking about? I'm nice. I'm super nice. I'm always nice. I'm the nicest. I mean, I say please, I think. I'm pretty sure I said that once, right? So, I'm nice. But yeah, the best I could do right now would be the go-to, because I with the French press is that you get like the grounds in the bottom of the cup, and I have found ways of reducing the amount of coffee grounds you get at the bottom of the cup, where you can kind of scoop them out and this and the other, but it's long, and then you don't get all of them. You still get a little bit in the bottom. Like, to get it where there's just no coffee grounds at all, yeah, I could use a coffee machine, and that'd be like clean. The V60, hopefully, I mean, from what I'm reading about it, that gives you a clean coffee as well with no grounds in it. But yeah, it'll just be like a drip coffee with the V60. So pour over drip coffee. So you just wait a while for it to kind of brew and drip through. But yeah, I think that should hopefully, I'm hoping once that comes, I'll be able to make decent coffee that's, you know, kind of not instant, kind of brewed, dripped through without having any coffee grounds in the bottom of the cup. I said before, your boy likes his caffeine from gas stations. Cheap and easy. I had a coffee from well, it wasn't a petrol station actually. It wasn't. It was a machine though. What it means to me is pretty much cyberbullying. I'm not mean. I'm not mean. Am I? Not mean. Nah, I'm not mean. I'm not mean. I say hello. I think. Yeah, I said hello, right? I'm not mean. I'm the nice guy. I'm a nice guy. Don't trust anybody that says they're a nice guy. That's rule number one. Don't. Anybody says they're a nice guy, probably isn't. Probably not. You know, mean Haze. See? See? I'm the nicest person on the internet. Okay, I just seen Alan's video upload. This is fire. Kano live at the Maida Vale Class of Deja. It's banter. I'm so nice. When I get on the mic. Okay, I ain't got a rhyme. Anyway. Oh, you know what? Let me bake this up real quick. So, there is a content creator by the name of Big Bulldozer. You might have seen him pop into the live chat every now and then. But he does a interactive, yeah, I guess, yeah, kind of not an interactive, but well, he does like a web comic series. He does a few of them. One of them is called Dirt Chamber. It's about a heavy metal band. And it's currently on season 2, episode 11, just been uploaded today. But yeah, it's worth checking out. Let me drop a link real quick. And there's a few reasons why it's worth checking out. One of the reasons is, well, the main reason is that it's pretty cool. It's pretty good. But another reason you might want to check it out is that you might actually recognize one of the voices that appears in the videos. You know, there's a character called Binky, right? And I'm just saying, you might recognize the voice. You just might recognize Binky's voice. You might recognize Binky's voice. You might. You might. But yeah, check out check out his channel. He's got some cool stuff on the on his channel. Just uploaded it 2 minutes ago. Yeah, it showed up on my thing already. That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. on the whole Die Hard thing. I mean, you pretty much pulled my guts out. Is it your voice, Haze? Well, like I said, you might recognize it. You might. You might. You might. But yeah, no, I've done quite a few voices on his channel. He hits me up every now and then, says, "Can you do a voice?" I say, "Yep," and yeah, that's how that goes. So you might hear my voice on a few of those things. I don't know if you'd recognize my voice though, to be honest with you, only because I'm typically trying to do a different voice for the different characters. So you might recognize it, you might not. Literally, you might or you might not, because I'm trying to do different voices. So if you recognize it, cool. If not, well, I guess that's good too, because it means I actually did a different voice. So if you don't recognize a voice, even better, really. But yeah, and I've done a bunch of stuff with on his channel. So but the Dirt Chambers, the most recent one, about a rock band and a bassist, the bassist called Binky. So check it out. Awesome. Never mind about the Die Hard thing. I've decided after many debates with myself and decided that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. You sure? Because, I mean, you were saying it's a Christmas movie before, and you seem pretty adamant on that. I think you mentioned it a few times as well. So, I mean, you're allowed to change your mind, of course. Of course, everybody's allowed to change their mind. But if you're going to change your mind, then you need to go hard. You know what I'm saying? Because you once thought it was a Christmas movie. Now, you've come to realize it is not a Christmas movie. You can't go back now. You know what I'm saying? You can't go back on the other side of the fence. You've been there. Now you're on the right side of history. Right? Now you're on the right side of history. I need you to go hard. I need you to go die hard on this. That it is not. Go die hard on the fact that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. Like I need your facts, your reasoning, and because you've been on the other side, yeah, you need to be able to debunk all the reasons why people say it is a Christmas movie. You know what I mean? You need to be able to debunk those. Where people say, oh, well, actually, it's a Christmas movie because da-da-da-da. Because you've been on that side, you need to be able to be like, actually, it's not a Christmas movie because da-da-da-da-da. So I'm just saying, are you ready to go hard, Mr. Adam Evans? Are you ready to go full on that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie? Because you're still getting instant coffee, by the way, just so we're clear on that. Like, you're still getting that instant coffee. Like, nobody's getting my good coffee. Once I get my £20,000 coffee machine, espresso machine with the milk steamer, you're still getting instant coffee. I mean, just ask us. Well, that's alright. My arse is clean. So it's all good. I clean my batty, it's all good. Don't worry about it. I might fart in your face though, but what's a fart between friends? It's all good. I always go hard. Oh. Is Home Alone a Christmas movie? I already have my answer for that. I think Sam already knows my answer too. I like Home Alone. I saw it for the first time and maybe a few years ago. I didn't watch it when it came out. Like for the longest time, I've just never seen it. one of those movies that everybody's seen, but I hadn't. So I watched it for the first time, I think about 2 or 3 years ago. So yeah, I like Home Alone. It's a cool film. But is it a Christmas movie? Actually, some Brits saying to me, "Oh my days, Brex, come to the UK. We got you, bruv." And of course, vice versa. Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. That's good. I can kick you up yours. I mean, you have to jump off a chair first or something. So you have to stand on the chair and jump off it and be like a fly kick or something. That might work. I mean, I'm nice. I'm nice. You know, I'm not mean. I'm a nice guy. Well, you have to. I don't make jokes about people's heights. I don't do that. I mean, that's what I would say. Yeah, that's what I would say if I was mean, but I'm not mean, so I'm not gonna say that. I was just saying that's what a mean person would say. But I'm a nice guy. I don't say what mean people say. I'm just letting you know what a mean person might say. I'm not mean though. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. You know what? It is 7 minutes past 12. I'm gonna start winding down, wrap it up. What if Sam bites your ankles first? That might work actually. Putting the thing we actually argue about what passes as a Christmas movie. I for sure would buy a couple of those. Adidas. Well, we say Adidas. You guys say Adidas. That's another difference. We say Adidas. You guys say Adidas. Adidas jumpsuits. You know, I rock over there. I find grey, red, and black one. Okay, because I may be short. Well, I'll bite you off a chair like Janet Jackson. Well, did Janet Jackson jump off a chair? Boy, I need to see that. I need to see that. Well, there might be some jokes I could make about getting bitten, but let me behave myself. Let me behave myself. Let me behave myself. I've already said what mean people would say, so let me behave myself. But guys, yeah, it is getting late, so I'm gonna start winding this down, wrapping this up. Watched a good movie today. I liked that movie. I like Snitch. Hopefully you guys liked it too, or if you didn't, well, you know, that's cool too. Guess it's not my movie. I don't really care if you like it or not. I liked it. If you didn't, oh well, that sucks. But but I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. But even if you didn't like it, hopefully you enjoyed the live stream, and hopefully you know you got something out of this, regardless of whether you like the movie or not. But yeah, should be live streamed again on Friday evening. Hopefully, God willing, Friday evening doing a video game stream. Not decided what I'm going to be playing. I might try The Sims again. I don't know. We'll see. And other than that, yeah, try and post a video if I can during the week, or if not, then not. And yeah, look out for maybe stuff to come on my other channels. I might be able to post my Why Scream is Trash video this week, or if not, hopefully next week. I need to arrange some more podcast interviews. Was supposed to do one yesterday, but that had to be postponed. But yeah, I need to try to get some emails around and try to arrange some stuff, but so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that is gonna be it for now. Once you did it, though. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Yeah, that's how we say it over here. That's y'all pronounce over there. Yep. Adidas. ADIDAS. No, wait. No, ADIDAS. Yeah, I said it right. Adidas. Yeah, ADIDAS. All day I dream about sex. That's how you remember how to spell Adidas. All day I dream about sex. Adidas. If you ever forget how to spell Adidas, just remember that. All day I dream about sex. That's what we came up with in school way back in the day. And yeah, it helped me to remember how to spell Adidas. I'm just saying. If you ever wonder how to spell Adidas, that's that. Oh, actually, let's check the poll real quick. So the poll is going to end on: if you were facing 10 years in prison on a drug charge, would you snitch or would you be quiet? 60% of you said you'll be quiet. Okay. Well, that's a surprising result, to be honest with you, but hey, it's all good. You can be quiet, do the time, get the street cred. I'll be at home, relaxing, sipping on a milkshake. That's what I'll be doing. But hey, it's all good. It's all fun. Appreciate you guys wearing an Adidas t-shirt. Nice. Yeah, and I've never been into that brand. Man, it's just Jordans. Okay, Nikes. Used to say all day I did a shit. Well, I guess that works too. Although, I mean, can't lie. I think I like my one better. To be honest with you, I think I like my one better. It's a bit more accurate to real life. I'm just saying. But anyway, let me behave myself. But guys, you've been awesome as always. I appreciate you and all that you do. Thank you for keeping me company. Thank you for keeping it lively. Yeah, man, Timberland. Oh, Timberlands. Yeah, I used to have some Timberlands back in the day. But until whenever, if ever. Where's my button gone? Peace.